How controversy on body hair actually saves couples' marriage. We discussed body hair in the sex therapy session that day. However, the process was entirely different. It is and isn't about the content. And with this couple, the content was the heated topic of body hair. It is important to understand that therapy is both about content and process. Content is what you talk about, and the process is how you do it. The best therapists understand that effective therapy involves balancing content with process, but healing ultimately occurs at the process level. It was interesting to see how her and his body hair were maintained that day in my office. She felt strongly about it. She spoke passionately and critically about gender-biased notions of beauty and femininity, and said things like, "My body, my choice." She believed that maintaining her body hair was a political and personal decision that reflected her values, and she rejected those things. Her husband had his own thoughts and feelings about how she maintained her body hair, which she found difficult to tolerate. The hair on his body was also an issue. He wanted her to be able to find him attractive, so he wanted to know how he could maintain his hair in a way she liked. That was important to him. When she expressed her thoughts and feelings about this value of his, he felt dismissed because she had her own thoughts and feelings about it. It is her body, her choice, and he completely supports her political and personal decisions. However, he was disappointed that she did not consider what he liked about her body hair. As a result of their disagreement, she did not understand why he would not accept how she maintained her body hair and dropped it, and he did not understand why she was hesitant to tell him how she preferred he to maintain his. Although I believe this couple had been discussing this topic for years, you can probably see how circular the whole thing is by reading my description. They were unable to get through the content and were getting bogged down. To move the discussion to something deeper and intangible, I chose not to continue discussing body hair, meaning staying at the content level. Upon reflection, it became evident that she was framing the discussion to be about power when it came to body hair, and he was framing it to be about influence when it came to body hair. Two different concepts both require a nuanced approach. Seeing his expressions of his power over her through the lens of her own body hair, she strongly rejected his opinions about her body hair. It puzzled him why she held so strongly to her preferences regarding her body hair and had such a defiant reaction. At the same time, he was expressing influence through the topic of body hair. The man wanted to know if he had influenced her when it came to maintaining her body hair, even if she decided to keep it that way. Since he was open to her influence, he also wanted to know how she liked his body hair to be kept. Her hesitation to share her opinion about his body hair was since she believed it was his body, his choice, and that he was handing over his power to her, and she felt protective of him. When we correctly identify the dynamics at the process level in therapy, the conversation and the feelings shift almost immediately, with more softness and less friction between the people. Thanks for watching, and until the next video, remember, change your thinking and you change your life.